What is up, TikTok fam? Let's go through my commander deck today. Lieza, Shroud of Dusk. First off, we have Lieza. So she's excellent. So it's rather than pay 2 for each previous time you've casted this spell from the command zone this game, pay 2 life that many times instead. So you can use your life to pay for the command tax. Flying, lifelink. The best part, everybody hates me. When a player casts a spell, they lose 2 life. That's including yourself. But in this deck, you should be gaining life. So who cares? Everybody else will have their life being sucked away. So let's go through the cards that are in here. At the end, I'm going to put a list of all the cards that are there and also a mana box showing you the value of this. So, of course, we got our Arcane Signet. We have our beautiful Swamp. We have Giada, Font of Hope. She's definitely going to be in any Angel deck. She's fantastic. Sierra the Benevolent. Creatures you control with flying get +1/+1 till end of turn. You can -3 to create a 4/4 white angel with vigilance and flying. So you get your tokens. And the best is -6. If you control a creature, damage that will reduce your life to less than 1 reduces to 1 instead. You can't die unless you have as long as you have a creature out of the field. Got our little planes. Welcoming Vampire. She's not an angel, but flying. When one or more other creatures you control a power of 2 or less enter, you draw a card. This ability triggers once each turn. It's great, just a draw card. Vault of Champions. It's a land. When it enters the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. Usually when you play with your pod, you're usually playing at least 3. The Mind Stone. We get to add 1 colorless. We can sacrifice the Mind Stone, draw a card in case we needed to. Kaya, my Planeswalker. Put a Ghost Form counter on a target non-conquered creature. When it dies, you get to create a spirit. You can use this to exile target non-land permanent. Just kill a creature on the board or something. You get an emblem at the beginning of your upkeep. You may cast a legendary spell from your hand, from your graveyard, or from among your own exile without paying mana cost. Throw some legendary creatures on the field. We got Elsh North, Mother of Machines. Not an angel, but excellent. If a permanent enters the battlefield, causes the trigger ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger, so it locks them down. We got the Chromatic Lantern. It's just a fancy one of them. Planes. Rampage of the Valkyries. When Rampage of the Valkyries enters the battlefield, create a 4/4 white angel creature token flying. Whenever an angel you control dies, each other player sacrifices a creature. Kill my angels, and I'll kill you. Mortify. Destroy target creature or enchantment. It's just 3 cost, and we get it done. An Orzhov Signet. Pay 1 to add 2 of those. Exemplar of Light. Flying. When you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. When you put 1 or more 1/1 counters on the creature, draw a card. This ability triggers. This triggers a lot. Feldor Solvrin. This is a game winner. He is not an angel. However, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 40 or more life, you win the game. Exalted Sunburn. Flying and lifelink. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many tokens. So when we create our little angels, we can get twice that many, and you can warp it in. By invitation only. Choose a number between 0 and 13. Each player sacrifices that many creatures. Okay. Imaria Shepherd. Flying. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. If that land's a plains, you may return the non-land permanent to the battlefield. Bring them back from the dead. Farewell. We all know this one. Choose 1 or more. Exile everything. Pristine Talisman. We get 1 colorless, and to your mana pool, you may gain a life. Shadowy Backstreet. Shadowy Backstreet enters the battlefield tapped. When Shadowy Backstreet enters the battlefield, surveil 1. Inspiring Overseer. Flying. When Inspiring Overseer enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life, and you draw a card. Sephara Skyblade. You may pay 1 plains and tap 4 untapped creatures you control with flying rather than pay its mana cost. Flying and lifelink. Other creatures you control with flying have indestructible. Just makes all your creatures are indestructible because they're all flying. Entreat of Angels. Put X 4/4 angel creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield. I've used this many of times. Now the miracle cost is fantastic. If you draw this card on your draw phase, you can pay the miracle cost instead. Just throw out a whole bunch of angels. Isolated Chapel, just another plains swamp. Orzhov Locket. Tap it to add one of either. Avacyn Angel of Hope. She's an expensive card. Flying, Vigilance, Indestructible. Other permanents you control have Indestructible. She makes all of your permanents indestructible, and she's indestructible herself. That's your lands, your enchantments, your artifacts. She's like a $35 card or so. Lyra Dawbringer. Flying, First Strike, Lifelink. Other angels get +1/+1 and have lifelink. Youthful Valkyrie. Flying. When another angel you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Minish Truth. Minish Truth enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a legendary creature. Tap 1. Draw a card. Only activate if you attack with 2 or more creatures. So it's definitely a good draw, especially when you attack with 2 creatures. Runic Convection. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, each opponent loses 1 life. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained and lost life, you create a black bat, which is great because I'll usually gain life, and then as I have Liaisa out, I lose life for playing spells. So get a bunch of bats on the field. Another land. Decanter of Endless Water. You have no maximum hand size. Add 1 mana of any color. Sinister Monoloth.